Told you how 2 Cincinnati police officers are self-quarantined with the coronavirus. Now several other first responders in another community are self-isolating. Local 12's James Pilcher is live in Covington with the details. And James, this is what I had really feared. You start to see these first responders have issues like this.
That's right. I just spoke with the Covington mayor just a few minutes ago about a group of first responders from this city, and this is what he had to say.
At the current moment, we have a total of 8 first responders, 6 police officers, 2 firefighters who are self-isolating because either they've been exposed and they have been tested and are awaiting test results, or because their family members have been deemed to have coronavirus. So in an abundance of caution, our people are staying home until we find out what the facts of the cases are.
Any details you can share about where they might have gone, where they were serving, so the public might know that they came in contact with these people?
That is really impossible to answer. And one of the issues that we've had with this whole process is the extreme difficulty first in getting our people tested, and then secondly, the amount of time that it's taken to get the test results back. To do our job properly, to manage our people, to keep them safe, we need to have these test results that have some certainty about whether they've got the virus, whether they're exposing people or not. And as of today, we are still uncertain. We just don't know.
So that gets to the point of the testing, which was done by St. Elizabeth's. Mayor Meyer told me that one of the officers, a police officer, was tested 10 days ago, and they still don't have the results. The other issue is that just today, the hospital apparently changed its policies to put first responders to the front of the line. So these first responders who may have been exposed or showing some kinds of symptoms were getting delayed in terms of either getting tested or getting their results back. I want to stress that none of these people are seriously sick, or none of them have been hospitalized, according to Mayor Meyer, but due to privacy concerns, he really can't say much more than that about where they might have gone or where they were serving. Now, St. E's did tell me in a statement earlier that they have followed CDC guidelines on all of their testing.
Yeah, and James, this really points out why people are being told if you're not in an essential service and your treatment wouldn't change anyway, maybe you don't need to be tested. We need to save the test for the first responders, the nurses, doctors. Are we hearing that there's any problem with people not having enough people showing up for work to properly patrol the streets and put out the fires? That is not happening, right?
No, not that I've heard so far, but what Mayor Meyer said, at least in this city, is that it creates a major management issue, because if you're taking people off the streets and you don't know how much longer, if they're off for 2 weeks, those are people that they need out there patrolling either. And the other thing that he did say that he wanted me to stress was that they've got a new shipment of equipment, the personal protection equipment, and some of it, he says, is unusable. The rubber bands are frayed or rotted on some of the masks that they've gotten, and some of the gowns that they've gotten were unsealed, so they don't know whether they're sterile or not. So that's putting them back to the drawing board with some of the equipment that they've had.
Wow, very frustrating. Thank you, James. We really need to protect these people. The city of Covington designates a special ambulance just for patients with the coronavirus. It will be dispatched after callers to 911 are asked questions about symptoms. The crew may be wearing Tyvek protective suits along with masks and gloves when they answer that call.